The former First Lady has been noticeably absent on her husband's campaign trail, but she just made...
American people need to decide what they really want. Maybe some,
These are such vile comments, but they are exactly what the View's audience loves. It is targeted.
The View has officially entered crisis mode after one of its most controversial co-hosts, Sunny Hostin, was reportedly removed from the show following a massive $900 million lawsuit. The fallout from this legal battle has sent shockwaves through the media industry, leaving ABC scrambling to control the damage. At the center of the controversy is Melania Trump, who has long been a target of The View's relentless criticism. But this time, the former First Lady decided to fight back, and the consequences have been nothing short of catastrophic for both Hostin and the network. For years, The View has operated as a platform where left-leaning hosts, particularly Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, and Whoopi Goldberg, have used their influence to tear down conservative figures. But their attacks on Melania Trump may have gone too far, crossing the line from political commentary into outright defamation.
On Fox News to promote her new memoir. Apparently she's answered personal and political questions.
In a heated segment, Hostin made a series of bold claims about Melania's marriage, personal finances, and alleged involvement in questionable dealings. The comments were not presented as speculation but as outright facts, which turned out to be a major mistake. Melania Trump, who has largely remained silent amid years of media attacks, decided enough was enough. She immediately filed a defamation lawsuit against both The View and Hostin, claiming that their comments were not only false but designed to damage her reputation and standing. The lawsuit gained traction quickly, with legal experts pointing out that Melania had a strong case. The claims made by Hostin were not only baseless but met the legal standard for actual malice, a key factor in defamation lawsuits involving public figures. The financial implications of this lawsuit were enormous. ABC, already facing declining ratings for The View, found itself in a difficult position. Internal sources at the network revealed that executives were shocked by the scale of the lawsuit and were deeply concerned about the potential financial hit. The View had faced controversies before, but this was different. This lawsuit wasn't just about one offensive comment, it was about a pattern of reckless rhetoric that had finally come back to haunt them. Behind the scenes, panic spread among ABC executives. They knew they had a major problem on their hands. The lawsuit wasn't just targeting Hostin, it was aimed at the entire network's failure to rein in the show's inflammatory rhetoric. Reports emerged that executives were considering drastic measures to contain the fallout, including potential firings and major changes to the show's format. Sunny Hostin, known for her aggressive legal commentary and strong political opinions, suddenly found herself on the defensive. She had built a career on presenting herself as a legal expert, someone who understood the consequences of reckless speech. Yet now, she was facing those very consequences firsthand. Unlike past controversies with
former First Lady has been noticeably absent on her husband's campaign trail, but she just made a stop on
some, strong tweets, but everything else, great.
The View could rely on public support or network protection. This time, there was no easy way out. Hostin initially attempted to downplay the lawsuit, but as more details emerged, her situation became increasingly precarious. Sources close to the show revealed that she was advised to stay quiet, as anything she said publicly could be used against her in court. This was a sharp contrast from her usual approach. Hostin, who was never shy about expressing her opinions, had suddenly gone silent. Meanwhile, Melania Trump made it clear that she was not backing down. In a rare public statement, she emphasized that this lawsuit was about more than just defending herself. It was about accountability. For too long, I have been subjected to false attacks and baseless accusations. This is about justice and setting the record straight, she said. Her decision to take legal action sent a strong message. The days of unchecked media attacks were over. ABC quickly realized that they had no choice but to take action. Hostin was reportedly informed that her time on The View was coming to an end. Sources within the network say that her departure was framed as a mutual decision, but behind closed doors, it was clear that she had been forced out. The network hoped that by removing Hostin, they could shield themselves from further liability and signal to Melania's legal team that they were taking the matter seriously. However, the damage had already been done. The lawsuit continued to move forward, and reports emerged that Melania's legal team was now considering expanding it to target ABC as a whole. This sent network executives into full-blown crisis mode. Advertisers began pulling out, concerned about being associated with a show embroiled in such a high-profile legal battle. Ratings, already on the decline, took another hit as viewers began questioning whether The View had gone too far. Meanwhile, the remaining hosts of The View were left in an awkward position. Whoopi Goldberg and Behar, both known for their outspoken political views, reportedly tried to distance themselves from the controversy. There were internal discussions about whether the
husband.
First Lady has been noticeably absent on her husband's campaign trail, but she just made a stop on
show needed a complete overhaul to survive the fallout. Some insiders even suggested that ABC was considering canceling The View altogether, as the financial and reputational risks were becoming too great. The lawsuit also sparked a larger conversation about media accountability. For years, talk shows and news networks had operated under the assumption that they could say anything about public figures without consequence. But Melania's lawsuit had changed that perception. Legal experts suggested that this case could set a precedent, forcing media outlets to be more careful with their words and ensuring that they could back up their claims with actual evidence. Public reaction to the lawsuit has been divided. Supporters of Melania see this as a long overdue pushback against media bias, arguing that conservative figures have been unfairly targeted for years. Others worry that the lawsuit could have a chilling effect on free speech, although legal analysts point out that the First Amendment does not protect defamatory speech. Regardless of one's political stance, the case has undeniably put The View and other media outlets on high alert. As the legal battle rages on, the future of The View remains uncertain. ABC executives are reportedly considering major changes to the show's format, possibly bringing in more balanced voices to prevent further controversies. Meanwhile, Sunny Hostin's departure marks a significant turning point. Once a dominant figure on the show, she now faces an uncertain future. Without the protection of ABC, she may have to deal with the financial and legal consequences of the lawsuit on her own. Melania Trump, once dismissed by the media as a silent figure, has proven that she is willing to stand up for herself and fight back. Her victory in this lawsuit could have lasting implications, not just for The View but for the entire media industry. Talk shows and news networks may now have to think twice before making unverified claims, knowing that they could face similar legal challenges. For The View, the message is clear. The days of unchecked attacks are over. The lawsuit has exposed the show's flaws, and ABC is now paying the price. Whether The View can recover from this or if this marks the beginning of the end remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, this lawsuit has changed the landscape of media accountability forever.